is an honor to stand before you today at this Learning and Knowledge Development Facility Forum on behalf of the Zambian Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development. I am privileged to address this year's theme, Skills for Critical Raw Materials Supply Chains, ensuring responsible and sustainable practices for the green and digital transition.
Today's engagement is key to the economic development and sustainability objectives of Zambia, where mining is a key sector that contributes significantly to GDP through the extraction and export of minerals.
It is a great privilege to join you at this important forum that emphasizes a theme so critical to our shared future: skills for critical raw materials, supply chains, ensuring responsible and sustainable practices for the green and digital transition.
We've had the opening speeches and the opening remarks, but the rest of the day will also be filled with quite a number of technical panel sessions that are dedicated to each spheres and each sectors of what we're here to talk about today. In the panel discussions, there'll be plenty of opportunity for us to engage one another and ask questions and also provide comments.
I'm sure everybody's familiar with the public-private partnership model, and the PPDP, which is the public-private development partnerships, is a variation of the PPP.
Sure.
Where in the traditional PPP, the private sector is very often implementing on behalf of the public sector. And the PPDP model, the whole project or program is co-created jointly with the public-private and then the development partner. And there, the resources, the risks, and the goal is shared between all of the partners. And of course, this brings special benefits that the public sector player or entity can, they have their own benefits from job creation, skills development. Then there's the demand of the private sector for skilled labor and possibly addressing skill bottlenecks or business bottlenecks in specific areas.
Is an industrial company who have been existing since 1925, so almost 100 years. And we brought to the industry solution and also solution for industrial automation.
Sure.
And after we created Festo Didactic to bring all our knowledge from the industry to education, just to bridge the gap between education and industry, so that people get the knowledge that make them ready for the market. And we have been doing it since, I said, 1925, so almost 100 years. And we have been started implementing PPP projects since 1999. So one standout example of this PPDP project was the H2O Maghreb project that we did in Morocco, in Rabat. So it was a vision of the government of Morocco to set up a training center to reduce the demand in terms of skills for water, because water was a big issue in Morocco. And we as Festo come as a technical partner for this project, and we provided training, innovative solutions like e-learning courses, and also hands-on experience to give the right skill to the people, and also help them to support to solve the problem that they have in terms of water. And this is an example of project we have been involved, not only in Morocco, but also in other countries like Uruguay for Caime project. And I think this contribution was also made with, in collaboration with UNIDO. And because Festo is a company that have a big mandate also on the Sustainable Development Goal. So There are 17, but first to have 7 of them that we work on, and we are stick to that, and we want to solve problem with government, and we line up with the vision of the government, what they want, what is the big issue, the big problem they want to solve. We assess exactly the requirements, so to give the right skill to people for them also to be employable in the market. And I think PPDP is also about giving the opportunity to the people that get trained to be employed, not only trained to be trained, but be trained to be employed. Because there is a return on investment that we need to expect toward investment in education. And this comes out when people get employed, because they can pay taxes on the salary. The company also get a lot of gain in productivity, so that is profitable for the country. And also, the country can export good quality product on the market. That also increase the revenue, and this is the expected outcome on investment in education for a country. So.
Daniel?
Well, first of all, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to thank the UNIDO team and the SIDA team and the technical team for a great job. Allowing us to share experiences is always a great moment as far as I'm concerned. You probably noticed my last name is Brodeur. So I'm from the French part of Canada, so bear with me. Sometimes my English sounds like Fringlish. So, please. Okay, so the short answer is we have no experience with PPDP. We're actually a new kid on the block. Sure. Alteo is not a new company, it's a 130 years old company, but we're new in Guinea. And we have this project, and we needed some help. And UNIDO was a well-kept secret. I've been 18 years in the mining industry, and I've heard of them recently. So we're kind of on our first date.
How's it going?
We're building this relationship. So I'll get into more details as we go on. But it's new, and it's for us, it's the solution to what we're aiming.
Okay, no, but maybe you can actually get into the detail right now, if you will. As you said, early days of the relationship, we're hoping it maybe can turn to a marriage, but how's it going?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Well, first of all, Guinée-Conakry, for those who are not too familiar with the country and its resources, is the second largest exporter of bauxite, and it has the highest grade of bauxite. They're going through, I mean, the government has been very firm about all the mining operators to start refining the bauxite, give added value. And Alteo and UMSI, which is the mother company, it's an international company but based in Guinea.
Day 2 featured an exclusive co-creation workshop and site visit, providing hands-on learning opportunities that foster collaboration and empower participants to craft real-world solutions.
Sweden has a strong focus on economic development and working with young people and strengthen their livelihoods.
I think the main challenge is to actually know what your suppliers are doing. So how do you find out, and where do you get the information that you need? It's very challenging because it's not something that most companies are set up to do. It's a new thing. And because it's a new thing, it needs new skills, a new knowledge, a new ability. And that's the main challenge. How do you understand your supply chain? And then, of course, based on that, how do you know what to do to comply with the different regulations that are out there?
And it seems like everyone has many interesting ideas, and now it's the time for you to share those interesting ideas with the rest of the group.
For our group, we thought of it in another way. Why do PPDs come up? Why do they come up? I was expecting someone to answer from the audience. But the PPDs come up as a result of a problem, which are the gaps that we were discussing yesterday and the gaps that have been highlighted. And I'll quickly run you through, because I don't want them to give me that signal. I'll quickly run you through some of the values that the various stakeholders, the organizations that take part in PPD actually get. So some of the values is the PPDs support organizations' objectives to build the private sector in Zambia for improved development for youths, and not only for youths, but for the entire Zambia. There's also technology transfer. We're talking of institutions such as Notec. I don't know if he's here. He mentioned that Volvo has actually partnered with them, and they're training their students on the Volvo machines, which is value addition, isn't it? Okay, so I'll move to the next one. Next one is it complements the work towards UNIDO. This is from UNIDO. They are neutral blockers, and they get to observe. Sorry, I wasn't writing that, so just don't mind me. So here, what was simply put up is that it complements the work towards UNIDO, who is basically the agency that's bringing these two partners.
So my sister, I think she summarized it nicely. It's quite basic. It's a partnership between private, which is industries. I'm from Festo, and also public. In the main is government representing communities, and also UNIDO trying to facilitate the whole program to make sure that they reach out to the right people, the right companies can actually bring the skills in right areas for proper development. So our focus was basically around what value can we bring in the communities that we work in terms of partnering with public as well. So our expertise are both in the industry and education. In the industry, we develop, we help companies and mines to develop production systems, develop products, optimize their systems. But we also have a division for education and skills and development, where we develop technology that assists TVET colleges, universities, technical schools to narrow the gap that is required when they reach out to the market. So when you look at the value and stakeholder beneficiation, what we bring into the partnership is that we, with a rich experience that we have in both industry and education, we assist communities.
So one of the reasons, Anna, I'm sorry, but now you know why I came. But one of the reasons I came is because I knew that coming to this forum, I would meet all the players that would make it possible for me to be able to achieve this. Because for us in Zambia, we have two education systems. On the one hand, we have TVET system, and on the other side, we have higher education. The two don't talk together. We have an apprenticeship program that is, an apprenticeship act that is, if I'm honest, more on paper than it is in practice. We have lost the apprenticeship culture in this country. So what do I do if I'm bringing in somebody at grade 9 level? If I go the apprenticeship route, can I do what the South Africans do that give NQ qualifications? Because with the NQ qualification means that with that NQ qualification and number of years of experience, I can graduate that person from a trade test qualification to a proper certificate, to a proper diploma, to a proper degree. In this country, the answer to that question is no, because your TVET curriculum or TVET requirements do not speak to higher education. So what do I then do in my setup? So when we started talking about that, one of the things that we said was that this is actually, it's a good challenge to have because it means that I can include public-private development partnerships such as what is happening in this forum to help me solve this problem for me. And that's where the value comes in for us. So what is the value according, I think the question was around what value do we see for the organization and for stakeholders. First things first is corporate social responsibility agenda is enhanced on both sides of the equation. The other one that we looked at was stakeholder engagement. Because I've got this problem, here I am engaging stakeholders. I know that I have to do a lot more. I have to have a lot of more meetings with public-private partnership institutions to see how we can partner together.
The LKDF Forum is not just about shaping future-ready skills, it's about forging partnerships that drive a just transition for developing economies, paving the way for sustainable development.